That's the number. That's the amount of dead money the Philadelphia Phillies just willingly absorbed to send a message not just to the clubhouse, but to the entire National League. The Taijuan Walker era in Philadelphia is over. The club officially designated the right-hander for assignment this morning, a move that is both shocking in its financial audacity and completely predictable in its baseball necessity. This isn't just about a 9.18 ERA. This is a philosophical statement from Dave Dombrowski, etched onto the 40-man roster. The sunk cost fallacy does not exist in his playbook. You either produce at a championship level, or you become an obstacle to be removed, regardless of the price tag. Let's break down the financial brutality of this decision, because it's central to understanding the entire situation. Walker was in the final season of a 4-year, $72 million contract. By designating him for assignment, the Phillies are on the hook for virtually all of his remaining 2026 salary, which is north of $17 million. When he inevitably clears waivers, no team is claiming that contract and is released. Another club like the St. Louis Cardinals, who are already being floated as a potential destination, can sign him for the prorated league minimum. That minimum salary is then deducted from what the Phillies owe him. It's a financial footnote. For a team that is already deep into the competitive balance tax, this is a staggering commitment to roster optimization. Dombrowski is essentially paying Taijuan Walker not to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies. This move screams that the opportunity cost of Walker occupying a roster spot, and more importantly, a spot in the starting rotation, was higher than the monetary cost of cutting him loose. So, how did it get this bad? The on-field performance has been a complete disaster, and it's not just a case of bad luck. The underlying metrics are even more damning than the ERA. His fastball velocity, which sat around 93 to 94 mph during his effective years, has been struggling to touch 91 this April. His signature pitch, the splitter, has lost its bite and has been getting hammered. The command is gone, his walk rate has skyrocketed, and he's not generating swings and misses. Pitchers can survive with diminished velocity if they have pinpoint command. They can survive with spotty command if they have overwhelming stuff. Walker, in April 2026, had neither. This wasn't a sudden collapse. The warning signs were there even during his 15-win season in 2023. He was an innings eater, yes, but a frustrating one. His FIP, fielding independent pitching, was always significantly higher than his ERA, suggesting he was benefiting from some luck and stellar defense. He rarely worked deep into games efficiently, constantly putting pressure on Rob Thompson and the bullpen. The hope was that a full off-season and spring training could lead to a mechanical fix. Instead, the regression accelerated into a free fall. The front office gave him 4 starts and 1 long relief appearance to figure it out. He couldn't. The verdict was in. Now, for the most critical part of this entire equation, the corresponding move. You don't eat $17.5 million without a plan. And the plan has a name, Andrew Painter. This DFA wasn't just about removing Walker. It was about clearing the final roadblock for the most anticipated pitching prospect this organization has seen since Cole Hamels. Painter, now nearly 3 years removed from his Tommy John surgery, has done everything the organization has asked of him. He dominated at Reading last season and has looked utterly untouchable in his first few starts for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs this year. His fastball is sitting at 98 mph with explosive life. The slider is a true wipeout pitch, and his command has been superb. The Phillies have been cautious, managing his innings and ensuring he was fully recovered and mechanically sound. That time is over. The organization sees a team with Bryce Harper, Trea Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and JT Realmuto in its prime. The window to win a World Series is right now. You cannot have a 9.13 ERA occupying a rotation spot when a potential frontline starter with ace potential is waiting at AAA. This move signals that the Painter era is officially beginning in South Philadelphia. This immediately reshapes the entire pitching staff. Your rotation, which looked top-heavy, suddenly becomes arguably the most formidable in baseball. Zack Wheeler, the ace. Aaron Nola, the co-ace. Ranger Suarez, the postseason stopper. Christopher Sanchez, the ground ball machine. Andrew Painter, the phenom. That is a 5-man rotation built for October. It's a group that can match up with any in the league, reducing the reliance on the bullpen during the regular season and providing Rob Thompson with a plethora of high-end options for a playoff series. The upgrade in pure stuff and ceiling from Walker to Painter is almost immeasurable. We're going from a pitcher whose primary goal was to hopefully provide 5 innings to a pitcher who has the potential to dominate for 7. And let's not forget, waiting in the wings behind Painter is Mick Abel, another former first-round pick who is also putting together a strong season at Lehigh Valley. The depth is finally here. Dombrowski and the front office have built a pitching pipeline that allows them to make these kinds of ruthless, expensive decisions. They are no longer beholden to a bad contract because the alternative in the farm system is too risky. The alternative is now the preferred option. This sends a powerful shockwave through the clubhouse. It's a message of accountability. It tells every player on that roster, from the 26th man to the superstars, that the only thing that matters is production that leads to winning. Your contract will not save you. Your past performance is irrelevant if your current performance is detrimental to the ultimate goal of a World Series parade down Broad Street. For a veteran clubhouse, this can be an incredibly galvanizing event. It removes a weak link and reinforces the high standard required to wear a Phillies uniform in this era. So when you see the reports, like the one from St. Louis, suggesting a team should take a flyer on Taijuan Walker, don't view it as a knock on the Phillies' decision. View it as the ultimate validation of it. Walker will likely go to a team with lower expectations, be asked to eat some innings, and try to rebuild his value. That is a role he can no longer fill on a team with the singular focus of the 2026 Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies aren't in the business of eating innings anymore. They're in the business of winning championships. And today, they spent $17.5 million to prove it. This is the kind of aggressive, win-now move that defines a front office and a franchise's title window. The financial hit is immense, but the potential payoff in October is priceless. If you appreciate this level of deep dive analysis and want to stay ahead of every move the Phillies make, from the front office to the farm system, do me a favor. Hit that like button, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next.